So what I have here is obviously some chicken legs, and I'm going to mostly cook them in the water slowly before I put them on a sheet pan and bake them. Oh, a little bit too much water because you know it's going to boil, and I might have the lid on, so I'll have to take a little bit of water out. But I'm going to make a sheet pan dinner after these are cooked pretty much all the way through. I'll pat them dry, and I'm going to get them in this little mix that I made. I had a little bit left over of essentially what it was. I had made it before, was like a shake and bake type of seasoning. It smells really good. And I stretched it with some breadcrumbs, some plain, some little bit of garlic powder, and then we're going to add a little bit of that in there. And then this has, believe it or not, like a barbecue kind of flavoring, and I'll put that in to give it a little extra kick. We got this for free when we visited Amish country in a barbecue place, and they gave us like a little bonus thing. Long story, but anyway, it's kind of good. It's kind of good. Look, I've used that much since well, in about a year. Anyway, I was going to crunch these up too, but they're still drying out a little bit more. It's just some leftover bread before it goes moldy. I do that. And then I'll have on my sheet pan some carrots. And look at these fun little potatoes. These are little red potatoes, little babies. They'll be good roasted, won't they? I think so. And one other thing I want to show you is look at these two pans. A tale of two cities, or a tale of two sheet pans. Which one am I going to use to roast my vegetables on? Well, I will tell you. Which one? This one. I'm using this one because it'll help things brown. I have already made things on this nicer one. Like if I'm baking or something, come on, I'm going to use this. And this is like my favorite brand. Okay, the USA pan. Shout out to them. I have all different types of cake pans, and they make a half sheet that's just so nice also. But anyway, I think that this will brown a little better, and no, I'm not going to put parchment or anything on it. So let's get going. Okay, let's get these little potatoes. I'm speeding up this film, but you'll get the idea. I grabbed two off that don't look really nice, and I will be putting olive oil on those in a little bit after I get these nice little carrots peeled and chopped up. Well, not chopped up. I'm going to slice them into little sticks. I didn't used to like carrots cooked this way, but I have a little secret at the end that I will show you. Thane likes them like this too, but I never really liked them like in a stew. Got all soggy. How about you? Those little ends, I can serve those to my crows or put them in a stock. I like to do the carrots this way. Now, if you have a big fat carrot, instead of just slicing it once like I'm doing, like, you know, in half and then like that, and I'll arrange those carrots in a little bit, you can cut them into 3. But for these little thin ones, I'm just cutting them into 4 sticks. There's actually a culinary name when you make matchstick carrots. I don't know what it is. Yeah, that one's like a little bit fat, but I'm going to leave it like that. But I just do mine willy-nilly, and they all cook the same. That's the secret of doing a sheet pan dinner, is to whatever you're going to put on it, hopefully they'll all cook at the same time. Obviously, that was some olive oil. I will put a little salt on these, but just make sure the olive oil is on all the little parts. And my chicken is still cooking, because we don't want to put that on the pan. Obviously, chicken would take longer to cook than these tiny little yummy potatoes and carrots. So I happen to have this in the fridge. It's just a little piece of onion, but guess what? Tastes really good when I roast it, so I'll throw it on there too. And this is a bulb of garlic. See, I'm going to cut it in that direction, so it's like face up. So let me do that and show you what I'm going to do. I like to do this. It makes it really mild. I'm going to set this up on the cookie sheet along with everything else. Put a little olive oil on top of that. And when it comes out, believe me, it will be very tender, like cooking an onion as opposed to eating a raw onion. So here's our chicken. Yes, it's just about all the way cooked. It'll finish cooking, but I want it to get crispy. So let's put it in the breading. Notice I didn't use egg or flour. That's a good little tip, but just press it in. I always press my breading in. Do you do that? And then onto the cookie sheet that has some olive oil on the bottom. And I do them in that order. Like the big part goes up and the other part goes down below. And I just toggle them back and forth. I was just showing you that the chicken's almost all the way done. Now to finish my breading with the seasonings that I talked about earlier, if I could get this lid off, then I'll put some in. I found it at the end of dinner. I went back and sprinkled this on the finished product of the chicken just to add a little bit of the seasoning. I think I didn't put enough in this breading. So if you do this, add a little bit more spice to it. Okay? I'll get these in the oven. It's going to be a hot oven, and wait till it preheats. I had it at 400 degrees because I do want to flip those chicken pieces around, but here it is ready to go in. And one more little thing I like to do is I like to spray the top with avocado oil. The bottom will be crispy, but I want the top crispy too. And I'll keep an eye on the carrots because they have a tendency to cook a little faster. So let's get those in that piping hot onion, and we'll have us a little sheet pan dinner. Okay, guys, I took my carrots out earlier than the rest because they were done. And here's my little secret weapon that I put on at the last second. It's just a little bit of sugar. I'll use that garlic another time. And it's really hot, or I would show you how you squeeze, and it just squeezes right out. And it's very mild that way. And look how crispy all my chicky babies are. That really nice crust on there. Look at that. And our little potatoes. I'll probably add a little bit more salt on those. But yummy, yummy sheet pan dinner coming up.